All right, can't hit one much better than that. And if we're going to hit great golf shots, if we're going to be incredibly consistent golfers, hit those shots solid time after time, the number one thing is to come down, hit the golf ball first, and then hit the ground. Now there's a problem with this though. You see, that will actually cause you, if you try to hit the ball first and then the ground, it'll cause you to come down steeper, more over the top, and lose a ton of distance. You're going to end up with a fade or even a big slice, and it just doesn't go anywhere. You see, the reason is when I try to hit down more, my club naturally kicks out, and I can get on this steeper angle where I am hitting down more, but all of a sudden that tilts everything to the left. Let me explain how this works. You see, if I'm swinging from the inside to square, that's fairly shallow. I'm not really chopping down into the ground. The more I swing to the right, the even shallower I would be coming into the golf ball. In fact, if I get crazy with it, I go way to the right, you'll notice how that divot is almost back here by my right foot. And that's the only way to swing to the right, simply because your body's in the way. If I tried to get my divot up here and swing that much to the right, I couldn't because I'd be hitting into my leg. So I can only swing that far to the right when I'm further and further back. So in a nutshell, the further and further back your divot is, the more you can swing to the right. The more you want to swing to the right, the further back the divot's going to feel. Vice versa, the more I swing to the left, the farther forward my divot's going to be. So these two things are the polar opposite. I want to hit down and hit the ball first, but that brings my divot more over the top. If I want to bring it more inside and swing inside out, it brings my divot too far back. So how do I get that down ball first contact and still get that nice draw like we had here? That's exactly what we're going to go over in this video. So there's a couple keys here. First off, what I really like to do is I like to put down a couple of tees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down a tee about 4 inches behind the golf ball. And I like to use the broken up pieces of the tee so you don't actually use the head that's a little bit thicker. But I'm going to put this about 4 inches behind the golf ball. And I'm going to put the other one about 4 inches in front of the golf ball. And if I'm doing this correctly, I should be able to come down, hit the golf ball, and clip that front tee without hitting the back tee at all. So I'm going to get into how to do this in a minute, but I want to show you the drill the right way that it works first. So here I'm going to set up this golf ball, I'm going to make a swing, hit the ball, and then the front tee. There we go, and I hit that one great. Nice little draw. I think my radar may be lined up a little bit to the right, but you can see how I missed the back tee. I hit down into the golf ball and then took that divot out in front, clipping that front tee. Now, there's a problem with this. Again, if I haven't trained myself to swing inside out, then that shot is probably going to start to the left and fade back, be a slice. So what I want to do here, instead of having these tees straight to the target, like this, I'm actually going to angle those a little bit inside out. So this inside tee is going to be slightly on the inside of the golf ball. The outside tee is going to be slightly on the outside to kind of promote that inside out path. We don't have to get crazy with it, but just a little bit goes a long way. Now, the second thing we're going to do is the greatest thing to get your weight shifting forward and hitting the ball first. I'm going to set up with my normal iron. I got a 6-iron here. I'm going to get my natural stance, and then I'm going to put this door stopper under my right foot. Now what this does is it angles in my leg, which is perfect for pushing off this right leg and getting my knee to kick forward a little bit, and that shifts my weight to the front side. So by putting this door stopper in here, I'm kind of cheating to get the right feel, the feel that you should be having in a real golf swing, to get this knee to lead the way and then hit down and through. Now this is a huge breakthrough for me when I was a young player, when I was getting to be a pretty good player, getting near scratch. One of the big breakthroughs was feeling like getting that right knee to kick forward almost toward the golf ball. And a key for it is I don't want the knee to kick this way to the left or I'm going to be more over the top. I want to feel like that knee drives forward and out, kind of like an inside-out path toward that golf ball. And that's really going to help me to get a nice draw here when I'm hitting this shot. So there we can see that ball drew from right to left. I feel like it's easy to push off this right foot and to really get everything going forward and hit it really nice and solid. Now, if you're still struggling with this, a great cheat for it is to go ahead and use an impact bag like this. So a lot of players just tend to fall back on their right foot, and man, no matter what you try, it just doesn't feel like it can work for you. You always end up grounding out behind it. If you put these two things together, let me tell you, it's about impossible to mess this thing up. So I'm gonna put a golf ball here. I'm gonna put an impact bag about 2.5 feet behind the golf ball. And this is an Eyeline Golf impact bag. I'll put a link down below in this video. We get a small commission if you buy one of these bags. Use a pillow, use whatever you want. I particularly like this one. I do a lot of drills with it. It helps get us a few bucks if you buy from this link, but again, doesn't matter. You don't need this to do this drill. You can use a pillow or whatever. But I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I got my door stopper here, ball in the middle of my stance. I don't want the ball way up in my stance or I'm gonna have a hard time hitting down and through. And then what I'm gonna do here is feel like I miss this bag and swing inside out. Now, the only thing I don't like about this drill is if you go really wide in the backswing, you might hit the bag. So you kind of feel like you have to pick it up a little bit. But in the grand scheme of things, I don't think that's a big of an issue. Definitely not as big of an issue as hitting behind the golf ball. This is great to do in moderation. And you can even hear there a little bit, I just clipped that bag slightly as I made my backswing. So you don't want to overdo this. You just do a few of them to make sure you're missing that bag. And a great thing about this too, it helps you get a lot of lag, because I have to have some lag and shaft lean to miss that bag. If I start to cast out, I hit that bag immediately. And then finally, here's a little modification on this, again from Eyeline. They have a speed trap, which is a plexiglass. It's basically like an impact board, but it's got a little area cut out for you to swing in. So I can do this exact same drill. And what I'm gonna do here, there's lines for chipping, pitching, and full swing. If you're indoors on a really tight mat like this, I actually put the ball where the pitching mark is. And again, I'm gonna angle this out to the right to promote more of a draw type swing. And that's what's gonna help me to make sure that I can hit down without coming over the top. So I really feel like I'm swinging more inside out as I'm doing this. And this board, I should be able to hit this without dinging this plastic. And don't worry, you're not gonna break it even if you do ding it, but you'll see right away that gives you immediate feedback. There you go, and I missed the plastic. A nice little draw again. Let me go ahead and show you what I do if I do one the wrong way. Let's say I fall back here. I don't get off this right leg to my front foot. You'll hear that it hits that plastic, and again, you're not gonna mess it up. Same thing, we get a few bucks for these. You don't have to have this, but I just like it better than breaking all the tees, putting the tees 4 inches behind and in front. It just saves you a lot of time. Plus, it's kind of small enough and definitely thin enough to fit in your golf bag if you're doing some great practice. So that's one of the best ones. If you're working on this particular issue, there's not much that's gonna be better than that. Now, one great thing about hitting the ball first and making that divot in front is it really helps to build your lag. So I talked about that a second ago, but if I don't have this angle between my arms and the club, it's gonna be very difficult to get that lag. And see, what a lot of people will do is they'll have this golf ball here, they wanna hit this golf ball hard, and they start to throw the club. So this club head starts to go out, and then I'm gonna chunk behind the golf ball because I throw it out and I hit back here. You have to get rid of that if you want to play fantastic golf. So that's piece number 2. Step number 1, hitting the ball cleanly with the drills we went over here today. Step number 2, doing that same thing, but getting some lag. And I have a great drill. You see, most people, when they try to get lag, they totally blow it because they start to pull their arms tight to their body. I have a drill that fixes that. It helps you to keep this nice width while you're getting lag, just like you see all the tour players doing. I call it the pirate ship. And I'm gonna play a preview of that video here in just 1 second. All you need to do is go ahead and click one of these cards, excuse me, cards that pop up in your screen somewhere over here. If you don't see one of those cards, look down below in the description. There's a link there. Both of those take you directly to the pirate ship video. I'll walk you through step by step how to keep those arms wide and get lag so that you can hit some fantastic shots. And it's really cool. Once you learn to do this, first thing you're gonna think is, that can't be right. That feels like I'm swinging with way too little effort. But then you see the ball fly, it starts to rocket off the face, and you know that it is right. So I can't wait to share with you what I've discovered and how I set up this pirate ship drill. Let's go ahead and get started right now. All right, so let's jump right in to one of my favorite videos I've ever done on lag, one of the ones I've seen the best results with. And we'll talk in a minute why this is called pirate ship, but it's really a play on a wide, narrow, wide drill, or a wide, narrow throw drill that I've done in the past and have tons of success with. So if in the backswing, my club head kind of at parallel to the ground was, say, a good 5, 6, maybe even 7 feet away from the center of my body, And the downswing, it's much closer to my body. That's the narrowing part because I have this big angle of lag. And then I throw all that out in front, really let those arms extend, and I go wide again. Now, a lot of times, I'll see players misinterpret this drill, and they take a really good drill that's having tons of success, and they do it the wrong way and really struggle with it, feel like a lot of hands and arms. So if you've done this drill in the past and you feel a little bit out of sequence, you feel like your hands and arms just aren't working right, I bet this is exactly what you did. So when you're going wide in the backswing, that's all good. Most people get that correct. You really got to rotate the body. But when they narrow, the misrepresentation that a lot of players will have is they'll narrow up the arms, not the club head that we want to narrow, but they'll misinterpret this drill as narrowing the arms, and they'll do something like this. I want you to think of your arms as a pirate ship. Here's what I mean by that. You've probably been to an amusement park before where they have one of these big giant pirate ships. Everybody's packed on there in these seats. And then the pirate ship is down at the bottom. There's a big arm, and then that arm starts swinging back and forth just like a pendulum, right? And the ship goes back and forth. Well, the cool thing about this, so you can relate to your golf swing,